Something strange is going on with the New York Yankees as fans are wondering why Aaron Boone continues to make a decision that is causing the Yankees defense to be significantly worse, especially in regards to Aaron Boone's decision making on Jazz Chisholm Jr. And everyone is waiting for Brian Cashman to rectify this situation through some sort of trade, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And guys, if you are part of that percentage that isn't subscribed, that's 74%. Man, we got daily New York Yankees content. We have the latest and greatest Yankees updates that you do not want to miss out on. But let's jump into the video. There is a lot to go over. Jazz Chisholm is a phenomenal fielder. It's one of his best attributes, if not his best, when it comes to the game of baseball. He steals bases with the best of them. He's got good power in that bat, and he is one incredible fielder. However, he's been playing out of position since coming back from an injury where he moved from second base to third base in order to supplement the aging and inefficient DJ LeMahieu right now, and it's making absolutely no sense for this New York Yankees unit, and fans have turned on Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, rightfully so, because of the fact that when you look at this situation, it's getting completely ridiculous. Now, Chris Kirshner highlighted that after the Yankees' 12-5 loss to the Toronto Blue Jays on Tuesday, Chisholm told The Athletic that he only worked at second base in his offseason drills. He said the Yankees explicitly told him he would be their second baseman, which is where he began the season before switching to third base. The switch coincided with DJ LeMahieu's return from a calf injury, and of the 36 third basemen who have played at least 190 innings this season, Chisholm's minus 2 outs above average ranks 25th. But of the 28 second basemen with at least 250 innings at the position, Chisholm's 3 outs above average ranks 6th overall. It makes one wonder, why are the Yankees playing Chisholm out of position when the numbers clearly show a major difference in production? With Chisholm even saying, everybody knows I'm a second baseman. Of course, I want to play second base, but whatever it takes to help the team win. If that's what the team chooses, that's what I gotta do. I don't write the lineups, you feel me? I'm playing every day, so it's hard to be upset. Yes, I know I'm a second baseman. Yes, I know I'm better at second base, but at the end of the day, I just have to play third. I just have to deal with it. And look, yeah, right now I guess Chisholm does have to deal with it until, he doesn't. It's not like he's on a bunch more years locked up in a contract, and he clearly would rather play second base. The Yankees could easily start driving Jazz Chisholm away from their team because they're not allowing him to play his natural position, which is getting under his skin. Chisholm's admitted that he never played third base in his entire life, from even little league growing up, and that he doesn't understand the full mechanics of it, and clearly it's caused an issue as the Yankees fielding has gotten worse because of it. The Yankees decision making, Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, they're making these guys worse out here because of it. Look, you look at the Yankees, and shout out to Kirshner for this, you look at the Yankees batting average against, depending on infield alignments. With LeMahieu at second, Volpe at short, and Chisholm at third, the batting average against them is a .310. However, with Chisholm at second, Volpe at shortstop, and one of Oswald Peraza or Oswaldo Cabrera, obviously Cabrera's done for the year, have a 191 batting average against them. The Yankees are clearly better when Jazz Chisholm is playing second base, and obviously, yeah, there's gonna be some concern to this based off the fact that Oswald Peraza thus far in the season has been unable to hit. He's got 19 hits and 121 at bats, which is a 157 batting average with 3 home runs in the process as well. He's got a 506 OPS and an OPS plus of 42. The slugging percentage is a 273 and the on-base percentage is a 233. Peraza has not been a viable offensive option for the Yankees, so that can only mean one thing. If you're not getting production from Peraza, if the Yankees are not doing well or as well defensively at all with Jazz Chisholm out of position, it makes you just look at one guy, and that's Brian Cashman, and you wonder, why aren't you more focused on getting a third baseman onto this team? You don't have to go get Eugenio Suarez. Yeah, he's who the fans want because Suarez is excellent, but there's other names out there that the Yankees could easily go for who could just play the third base position at a modest level and be better than DJ LeMahieu is at second base. I don't think that's going to be that hard to find an upgrade for LeMahieu while moving that guy over to third base, because you'd be trading for a third baseman, not a second baseman, when LeMahieu clearly doesn't have it in him to play second base anymore. Are we going to pretend like DJ LeMahieu is still able to play second base? He's not. on top of that, what we're also looking at is a guy in Jazz Chisholm who, yeah, is fine at third base, but he's not able to be the elite fielder who he is when he plays at second. Why are the Yankees catering to an elderly DJ LeMahieu who's barely been on the field because of injuries? It makes no sense. Now, as Cashman also mentioned, Chisholm said he feels decent in terms of his comfort level at third, but admitted that there are some opposing hitters that he's not as comfortable as others, meaning those who have extremely powerful exit velocities. Chisholm played third base last season after he was traded to New York by the Miami Marlins. Gleyber Torres did not want to move from second to third, which was the Yankees' plan, but Chisholm willingly took on the challenge at a position he had never played at any level in his career, including Little League. He said he still doesn't fully know the intricacies of the position. However, he's still bitten down and played it, and you gotta respect him for it, but you don't have to respect the Yankees for their complete malpractice of the situation. And Kirshner also mentioned that the Yankees knew they had a hole in their infield last offseason. They could not count on LeMahieu to produce. He's trended downward since 2020 and entered Tuesday's game with an 82 weighted runs created plus. Defensively at second base, LeMahieu has -1 outs above average. It's glaring how limited his range is in the middle infield. There are numerous balls that would likely be grappled up by a more athletic player like Chisholm that end up in right field. Here's a look at the infield when performing against ground balls and bunts on second base, and he proceeds to show a video of just the clear lack that wouldn't be happening if this guy right here was playing second base, but he's not. They have an elite athlete sitting at third base, a position where you don't need to be an elite athlete, and they have a guy who's washed up playing second base, but he can't really play third base because he's probably unable to throw the ball that far at this point, at least at an effective clip at all. So clearly LeMahieu's not working. It doesn't take a scientist to know that. And Jazz Chisholm's been solid this season. I don't know why the Yankees aren't catering to him more. He deserves it. He's got an 833 OPS and a 131 OPS plus. He's been an above average offensive player with a 495 slugging percentage and a batting average that's risen significantly since coming back from injury. Now, I'm aware that he has been way better at hitting the ball as a third baseman, at least with the Yankees, that is, because it's the only place where he played third base. However, he's had great seasons hitting the ball at second base. I'm not that concerned that that's the big change here. I think he was just struggling with something. Hell, he might have already been dealing with some sort of oblique thing before he ended up going down with it. So I don't really worry about Jazz Chisholm's lack of contact. I don't think it's because he's playing second base. I really don't think that's the reason, and I think it's very likely that it was just a mix of a slump and potentially already being banged up, and getting that rest has helped him reset, and now he's just hitting well because he's back in the lineup, not because he's at third base. I truly do think that, and I understand he was playing second base when the New York Yankees did trade for him, and they moved him to third, and the hitting jumped up. But I also think with Jazz, that was more him getting to play for a winning team when he was open, that he was unhappy playing for a losing team in Miami. So I think that was part of it. I think that was more part of it than anything else. Now, LeMahieu, he is just old. The 250 batting average is not horrific at all, but compared to what he used to be, it's not good. He's got 2 home runs, never a home run hitter, 29 hits and 116 at-bats. He's got an OPS plus of 86, an OPS of 653, a slugging percentage of 328, and not base percentage of 326. The numbers are across the board down from what DJ LeMahieu once was, and he's not going to become that player once again. That guy is gone. It's over. It was nice while it lasted. He's no longer that guy. The Yankees gave him a contract extension that everyone knew at the time was very risky, and it did not age well at all, which nobody is surprised by. And here we are in this situation, for some reason, having him cater to a guy who should not be getting catered to at all at this point in his career. Meanwhile, when you look at the start since the beginning of 2022, shout out Kev, DJ LeMahieu has played 366 games. He has 31 home runs and 127 RBIs. He's batting with a 224. His on-base percentage is a 329, and his slugging is a 359. He's not the same player that he once was. His 95 weighted runs created is not good either. It's over. It's over, and the Yankees are still catering to him. It's very clear what's going to have to happen. It's evident. It's not something that you could hide anymore. Brian Cashman has to make a change. He has to trade for a third baseman. And when Aaron Boone was asked about potentially making the change of moving Jazz back to second and potentially LeMahieu to third, he said, We'll talk through that stuff. I think both guys are really talented defenders wherever they line up, but we'll continue to look at things like that. They're not. LeMahieu was a very talented defender. He was an extremely talented defender. He's not anymore. Boone is wrong. Because Boone's not good at this. It's very clear. What do you guys think about this in the comments down below? Let me know. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. The Yankees need to make a change. It's really frustrating. Go Yanks. It didn't stop recording, guys. I blame Aaron Boone.